As the everything rally continues on Wall Street, this is about as Goldilocks as it gets, where good news is good news and bad news is good news. Only thing is, you don't want the news to be too good or be too bad, because if it's too good or too bad, that gets the Federal Reserve right off the sidelines, and that's not where market investors want them to be. Welcome back to This Week in Mortgage, everybody. My name is Sam Battaglia, your mortgage broker here at Guaranteed Rate. I hope you had a safe weekend, and I hope you're having a great week. The 10-year Treasury closed today with a 1.63 yield. That's up about 5 basis points from last Tuesday afternoon's close. When it comes to this 10-year Treasury and interest rates in general, certainly we're seeing right now perception is reality. Right now, the 10-year Treasury is yielding 1.63. This is actually 10 plus basis points lower than it was in June of this year. Only thing is, in June, you didn't have the news talking about interest rates. Now you do, but rates are actually lower today than they were this June. But I bet you, unless you watch these things every day, you wouldn't notice that based on what you're seeing on television, news, and so on and so forth. I certainly sound like a broken record. I think I'm about to throw that record away when it comes to jobs, supply chain problems, inflation, and shipping and logistics problems. Only thing is, you're still going to hear this song playing on Wall Street as we saw earnings start this week. And a lot of these companies right now are talking about these four same issues that are all bleeding back and forth into each other: jobs, inflation, supply chain, shipping and logistics. And they've actually, some companies during their earnings calls have mentioned that they plan on raising their prices to accommodate for these issues that we're dealing with. My big question is, when things shake out and we get back to normal, God willing, are these companies going to give us that same break of lowering the prices when all these supply chain and other issues that we discussed get worked out? I don't think so. What that's going to lead to is they're going to have higher earnings on Wall Street come for those quarters. So this is perpetually helping out stock prices, yet at the same time hurting the consumer. And we're also looking at some companies, uncorrelated businesses, things you would think are completely unrelated to all these issues that we're dealing with. Now they're actually dealing with all these issues because it looks like nothing and no one is immune from all of these economic woes that we're dealing with right now. And you'd be very surprised to see a lot of industries that you would think have nothing to do with any of these issues are being greatly affected by a supplier or somebody 5 to 10 people removed down their chain. So it's definitely starting to spill over and disrupt things that it has not been. And when it comes to the real estate market, more good news this week from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. They are showing more support for the housing market by raising their conforming and high balance conforming amount limits in counties that allow for it. So now the conforming limit is $625,000 all across the country. And in high cost counties, the high balance limit is $937,500. What this does, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, who are essentially ensuring that all of these mortgages that are written to their guidelines within their loan limits are saleable on Wall Street. This opens up more liquidity and provides more support for higher loan amounts, and this may actually help bridge a little bit of a gap in that little bit less than $1 million, little bit more than $1 million range, where people had to come up with some structures with first and second loans, and now they might be able to get away with just doing one loan, adhering to the new loan amount limits that should definitely support the housing market. Well, that's my show, This Week in Mortgage, a Mortgage Minute. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any mortgage or real estate related questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week.